I represent the future, and Ghana needs an upgrade and not a reset.
Namosa concert, Mahmoud. I know you are watching, Mahmoud. I feel you. You don't feel me too. I won't correct. You are a liar. You are a liar.
The overhead constructed. We saw improvement in the Sofola interchange. Now we have seen major constructions at the Swami interchange.
When the political beef motresom, Kelvin Taylor at Nipa Miansa, also Jogomoswa, and Yasam Petokram, Dr. Alaji Mahmoud Bawumia, Kwame Adinkra, and Napo, Mahmoud Bawumia etima or message be Edema John Dramani Mahama on their recent manifesto ya Mbedano the editor yin. Kelvin Taylor as also Edegu. Kwame Adinkra so abusia ano sepa ye aha etuntun TV so nya subscribe yam bomodian so be subscribe no turn on the notification button so e dia man bomodian so bo adwen e we comment section I said dem no push am afoforo na omoye bi enso ahwe Atimkwa Cosmetics or different grills and restaurants and also and now Royal Heart Home Healthcare almost some as na den day na no we your videos papa bi na o share mesel so adwen chen de bomodian so be egu your comment section I say after the video. Now let's move straight into the story. Now, Mobakaya recently and an NPP new patriotic party about manifesto at the end of the idea. Ghana for BI transfer NDC for so on the Aba to Jenny some policy sam on the Bambabwa ama Ghana etmia konanim na Ghana for Bejan and so no de ato aba e de amomonano and anani ye NDC ama yeko no yakoda na di e University of Education no e Uniba na mbram omkoye no ensem bebre na e na ekoso na mom senya na hono mo ne tende busua na e great yensho senya na atmosphere no ete e ho emra na Alaji Mahmoud Bawumia say or message bia Odema John Dramani Mahama. Na Dr. Alaji Mahmoud Bawumia ene semchefo edi nhyiemu ya modwendwe ne manifesto no de to abonten no say so semchefo no wo nsembise bi ebisa no efa the manifesto no o de beto abonten na nanumu ana Dr. Alaji Mahmoud Bawumia echiremu am NDC for obo manifesto no etipo eda so say resetting Ghana no Dr. Alaji Mahmoud Bawumia echiremu o say Ghana ye hia reset na mom ye hia upgrade.
We also want to preserve our heritage by working with tourism, creative arts and heritage stakeholders to embark on a massive archival project to protect our historic forms and documents. Finally, harmonize public relations at all ministries, departments and agencies to promote effective communication. Ladies and gentlemen, I represent the future, and Ghana needs an upgrade and not a reset. And so I've also outlined my 14 key commitments to the Ghanaian people. These are to sustain and expand Ghana's rebounding economy, create new jobs, implement wide-ranging tax reforms, build Ghana into a world-class digital economy, reduce the cost of living, expand public infrastructure, provide better health care for all, implement affirmative action for women and girls, and expand educational opportunities for all, provide good governance, care for the elderly, protect our environment, boost sports, creative arts, and tourism, protect our borders while keeping our neighborhoods safe.
Now, according by saying some from Oina, Obia Imbisa the questions and all the media houses in some for you two almost Mombra. Now, Mombamba said you made the animal mobile, and the questions I would do there. I do be Bidano and they do Ashanti regional. I have come in Cran so a solid so be a question. And the question, ask a question, Obisano, as a suggestion be as or make it a PB at that chair Bawumia. Come for some drink one or Montiasi.
Your Excellency, I want and assurance. I recall the president first 100 days in office, I drew his attention to a vision of President John Ajikun Kufuor to the effect that he will fix the inner ring road of Kumasi to restore the Garden City glory. In fact, we saw the Asqua interchange, the overhead constructed. We saw improvement in the Sofola interchange. Now we have seen major constructions at the Swami interchange. But we are left with Santasi roundabout interchange, Ahonjo roundabout interchange, Aulaga Junction interchange, and airport roundabout interchange to fully complete the inner ring road of the Garden City. I want assurance from you to the people of Kumasi, whether indeed in your reign as the President of the Republic, you will fully complete the inner ring road of the Garden City. Thank you very much.
Now, I know, and Kelvin Bedu Taylor about responding to Kwame Adinkra Chemwa. Kwame Adinkra Nagasa no Sabia Busabia Nyado.
Kope pito biton na we am wow o yiri fulani no. Mon kope pito shop bimbie. Na mo sa concert Mahmoud, I know you are watching Mahmoud. I feel you feel me too. I ba on kan kre. You are a liar. You are a liar. Your voice cry is gone. And you know, and my people, now just about Musa now, Diana, you better about more. Yeah, tomorrow. Mahmoud, I know you are in your car, you are watching me. I have numbers than you. I reach more than you. It's so interesting that I'm powerful than you. It hurts, but over the day, I am powerful than Mahmoud Bawumia. I speak on just YouTube. I have almost 5,000 eyeballs. You come on Facebook, so many eyeballs. Mahmoud Bawumia spoke for 3 hours. We have over 800 people watching him. This is despicable. Bronika said despicable. Close to my money. A bomb. Now, you better jump actually santima or 2 4 or say to Nana Pia or Nana make Kelvin tell maba. Kusie MPA now to Kusie PA na se bibi dinechi. Say you bring Nana MPA and mechanical crown and chas santima and Ghana mine ama obia ehu atra Bawumia any MPP for aiding one crime. Journalist be if you are santimemu ako hupo. Ako de jantra for which ako 1,000 Ghana eba be chas santima atro. I say asantima nana na se me di wabro. Onana so na me chenchen hene Kelvin Taylor me ni na udome na me so me do wiaw. Piaw nana enwumre de meka ne se de me bete ye de atete de ebebo ye bekirem ama onana nom ate ase. Nana enyo nana nom nyina de domase edome emete ase nanso udome nko ade eden a betu nana nom fo na ye de nokore akoto bebi eda. Na enwumre nana aya na also you careful with some of the journalists. Kwame Adinkra ekogina nkran no okogina Bawumia nim say Bawumia ya papa for time. Ene ya asaka kakra interchange ono okogina nkran no interchange ho asem gwa no kan yo munsa ase na yetu galamse wo so chema wuntumi set ansase no Kwame Adinkra de fusa dansan wanka ho asebo okogina o ka kire Bawumia say ai kofo ye interchange fia bi ena wo hwe so ade ya ka de ye ni nyina nti wo ba ha ya ye kakra wo ba ha ya ye kakra wo ba ha ya ye kakra na da be no ba be so ame kwasiafo we no mo se asanteman problem e so chen interchange asanteman omo problem e so chen interchange but obegina Bawumia nim omusa Bawumia sama asanteman e da asanteman akoma so omusa Bawumia ensema e da asanteman akoma so no obeka kire Bawumia se o ye bibi na onye wie e de na Bawumia ye no asanteman mu a onye wie your hospital be and 9 was antimema yatum emende nipa edi akumayare ewu diabetes ku nipa yamba ekowo amunya bebi nwo sewuya kumewu eya afari we nyina atutum watoto nwure ma bedru nkran ana no so preko we ntumi ambusa Bawumia se eye den na mfie nwotwe mo ntumi nsi hospital no embie ma nipa mbedem na wonana no bi ejimi ewu wonana no ebi ejimi inti de bia me gina na se me kasa onana no bi ejimi to omfo a aya na se bi obi se me kasa tiaw onana no na ese asanteman Central Market Phase 2 ebesi nde yemfa esankan ye nya eja tomu Samira ne kunu bank Kumasi be kachire Kumasi fo ma se omo ba be Central Market Phase 2 ebesi nde Asantefo radio station ni journalist omo ko wonyina obi emusa bi ho asem Nana garam se won sase Central Market kejetia Phase 2 ye nya ye Sewia, Kumewu, Afare, Yenina Yanye, Oko Ayadi Asantimema, Aye Ekura Yetimu Asantimemu, Equire a was Santimem Dudwa Yanye. Nana, journalist of Mufra Santimemua, Osma Musam Rankai, Ombedia Jantravo, Omobaji Payo, a year friend saying Sole. Omunyina Soledad. Omunyina dodo no mufu blend na edo matena play moaba na po na sese omode omobaye de hia santiman no nana omanka hu enkwasiasem nana janto ati Facebook no kototro nkwasiasem wakoduru nkran ohumba ofere ontumi nkasa nana janto ade ni kokoti tikumase anka afo no di omochi omomotonta tangari omomotonton talia wa che ni talia no di omochi obeduru nkran hu belamundi ma na no so nsuo wentumi amusansem ochina okotena nyishira ana boje se aponchi go sata abakeka nkwasi asem adentra yama ne sole na na wo de mamendwedwam
na wo dwumede na so no running mate edema Dr. Laji Mahmood Bawumia eye Napo na dwumede na so no se na Napo atena so no na ebi mu se wada ebi mu so ochro na Kelvin tell so say
na mo hwa de time Bawumia kasa no the running mate ni this Bawumia's running mate wasi ampenyi wada ade chia na ato ne nkwase akeka osora no pano hohoro ne tuwia na ato ne nkwase akeka na onam jonkuma samai tatare no kan kwase asem ote Bawumia program ase wada otumi dana na no aso nsuo jimijimi we o ene yete wa se oh we die ye ndiomo we mo gajimijimi for we mo jimi o and sometimes people think we are being too rude. This fool who say na no poku ajiman penyini na no poku ajiman ne senses ye adwuma da be na say na no poku ajiman eti event bi ase dada enkokora young boys we mu no omuntimi ntina omuna omoto so 2 minutes o omaye mre viagra hwe ne pan bi odene nam wo yarefo okoware oba janka bi ende ye hu be bi janka ne nam because you see about the running mate okoware oba janka bi ne hu mo mini be bi asa janka ne nam. These are the fools you want to onyanya. Do you know the pressure that comes with being a president or vice president? Na akwawe onyanya to me o kwasiato wastate da we take honeymoon I'm sorry and Mahamas we didn't can start take we kwasiato we order wada deep jantre bi okobo na odwene ho Bawumia jimi o yere kwa ontie ade chia no pa oba horo to abegina be kan kwasi asem ena onim ye die Kwame Nkrumah ye nim Kwame Nkrumah jimi erade nyankopon. We sit in this country and we allow these people, we just give these people the chance to fool every day. We allow these idiots, we give the opportunity, they fool. Now the public TV so.
Now, what made the national journalist back when beside Dr. Laji Mahmood Bawumia question. Now, answer Dr. Laji Mahmood Bawumia, Edema journalist, I'm saying now it doesn't sound well to Kelvin Taylor. Now, Kelvin Taylor, about wanting a bit change in we see.
Your Excellency, it is quite clear that Dr. Mahmood Bawumia is not the visionary for the current NPP administration. But as rightly admitted, you bear some collective responsibility for the outcomes of government's efforts, either successes or failures. Mr. Vice President, can you state 2 failures of your current administration which you seek to correct, and how do you intend to do this differently should you become the president? Thank you.
The question, what failures that you think in this government that you would see to correct? I was thinking a little bit about that. I don't know if I mean, for one, I think that I wish we had built in, for example, we had started the gold purchase program much earlier. If we had started it in our first term of office, for example, the buffer in terms of gold reserves would have been much bigger. As I said, a few years ago, we had 8.7 tons of gold, and I think so far we are almost they bought close to about 72 tons or so. So it's very, something that I wish when I sit back and look and I say, wow, I wish we had been able to buy a bit more and start gold for oil and gold for reserves much earlier. But as I said, the crisis is what really made us to get into these policies. Of course, I also wish that we had, even though we built more school infrastructure than any government, I believe that we've had still had challenges with the senior high school in terms of infrastructure. And I wish we had completed a bit more in terms of the accommodation, dining hall, and so on. But this is one of the reasons why I want us to move a lot of the government expenditure away from government to the private sector. This is a major policy that we are coming up with, that we want to engage the private sector in a lot of expenditure that government normally will put on the budget. And a lot of infrastructure is part of what government puts on the budget in places like roads, and you tend to see a lot of uncompleted buildings. But if you go to places like Legon or Tech, most of the accommodation, the hostels, is provided by the private sector. And all we do is rent it and pay. And I believe that we can have that model where the private sector is engaged to build a lot of infrastructure, and will pay them rent or lease it or whatever over time. So I believe that will give a lot of fiscal space, but also allow us to complete all of the sector is engaged to build a lot of infrastructure, and will pay them rent or lease it or whatever over time. So I believe that will give a lot of fiscal space, but also allow us to complete all of these buildings and so on. But this is where I want to take Ghana in the next session, that we should move more towards the private sector provision of a lot of this, and that will really bring down the fiscal base.
So you see, girl Nibusa Bawumia, a simple question. Mr. S, I have it, don't worry. The girl asked a simple question, the lady. I said, Mr. Bawumia, ubetuma kanyoma mienua wa ban we ya sebio edi Ghana for ehwamo pa. Nyoma maya yesi failures. 2, or one can say 3. Or say, Mr. Bawumia, list only 2 failures of your government and how you seek, or say how you seek to correct them. That means the failures are some things that needs to be corrected. That means some wrongs were done. That means some achievements were not accomplished. Answer Bawumia answer question. He was talking about regrets. There's a difference between failure and regret. The lady did not say, Bawumia, let's do regrets of your government. She said, let's do failures. And he said, Oko, MPP for we, Omo Jimmy, Omo Tibrofo, Omo Dada Muabedu. Let's break this down. We are asking Bawumia about failures. Bawumia is talking about regrets. Now, the question was failures. This is failure. Regret. Now, this is the definition of regret. Let me put it up. Now, me failure and to down. Now, who's Bawumia? Onye intelligent as you people think. You people have hype Bawumia to the point where you jaya home MPP for we. The journalist question was simple. I said, let's 2 failures that you want to do what you seek to correct. So we need power to me. Yakasa a regretter. Regret is an emotion that involves feeling sorry or unhappy about something that has happened or could have happened. That is regret. So Bawumia was talking about something that could have happened. That is regret. That is not failure. Now about failure, lack of success. When you break it down, the omission of expected or required action. So there are 2 different things here. The lady asked him a simple question. And MPP before cannot even explain to you what review means. And it's like MPP needs a review or say a cancel. We want Jimmy. Hey, Bawumia, he does not know what he's doing. No. Obi ya Bawumia na ompeso obeja tum so obi ya no. So the lady was asking, tell us about what your failure. Tell us about things, the actions you took that were not right. Tell us about expected or required actions that you did not accomplish. That is failure. Now, Bawumia is talking about regret. Oh, I regret that we didn't introduce gold for oil first. That is your regret. Tell us about your failure. Your failure is what? The guy did not even understand a simple question.
Etabushawani and Sama Akosom, NDC for finally, Omodo manifesto no abeto ejam. Already no NPP for Edomo abeto no dada. Wangasa fatu nsoniani na wangasa way. Nya ufi said the policy eto wasum no coming 2024 general election no share na oto waba efa emanom. Kelvin tell am kwa gina kwantin krom atimi afaya. Dr. Bawumia, Kwame Adinkra, ene Napo. Mewa dwen ewe comment section ase bo modi anse obepushi ama foforo no mo ebi enso ahwe. Adinkra Cosmetics, Odefo Girls and Restaurants so and a Royal Heart Home Healthcare. Omo ena eso masina de bia no mede dwumedi ebeso mo. Bo modi anse obeshare, misra share mame na video no enko viral. Edian de asoli this year ku iyopu.